What's up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA betting podcast. Extremely special guest today. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Chansen. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Of course.
Cool. So we're gonna break down the Holloway versus Yair card. We're gonna start from the bottom, best fight odds order. We got Da Un Jung versus Kennedy Nzechukwu. Magic, who do you got?
Yeah, I have. I was thinking about this fight for long. I initially liked fight doesn't go the distance, but at the same time, Doug probably can get a lot of top time here if he grapples, and he has a good chin, so I don't know. I have nothing on the fight. I think if Jung grapples, he probably is the side and could look like a big favorite, but on the feet, it could be a barn burner because Nchukwu throws a lot of volume. He's extremely hittable himself. He gets hit at an absurd rate, but he throws a lot of volume and he has some power. It was fucking funny how he killed Adesanya's mate. He was losing that was a beating until it wasn't. The Calvin Klein model. So yeah, I have nothing here. Hopefully a good fight.
Cool. See, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm probably going to end up passing. But yeah, I think Jung, he's got grappling upside. He's probably a bit more technical on the feet. I do kind of like the goes the distance. I think they're both pretty durable, but at the same time, they're both extremely hittable. So it's really something that I'm just more leaning toward just passing on. Although I have a feeling if anyone's going to look like hindsight big favorite, I think it's Jung. But yeah, I've been in too many of these spots lately where I should just really pass rather than try and scrape by something that I think has a tiny bit of value. But yeah, for me, it's a pass.
Cool. Yeah, I got on Nzechukwu when he was plus 146. I had him plus 150 the first time it was booked. I think Pick'em's probably about right. I mean, when I watch Nzechukwu's tape, he's kind of hard. He's a really big guy, and when he gets up against the fence and people try to grapple him, he makes himself real big, and he's kind of hard to take down and hold down. Paul Craig couldn't submit him. And Jung obviously grappled in his last fight, and yeah, I don't know. It could happen. He could get takedowns. Nzechukwu isn't great, but he's kind of freakishly what's the word I'm looking for? Freak genetics, I guess is what I'm looking for. So I think the athletic upside is on his side. And yeah, I think a pick'em is more or less right. So if you got Kennedy at the at dog money, I think that's a pretty good spot. Let's go Rafael Alvarez versus Mark Diakiese. See, you want to kick us off on this one?
Yeah, I don't really have too much on this. I think Diakiese is pretty much the better athlete, and Alvy's game's basically just athletic dependent. Does have a tight guillotine, but yeah, I think Diakiese probably has higher upside, but again, it's just not really a spot that I really want to back currently. I feel like I've been in too many spots like this where they're both similar build and do you really want to lay minus 190, I think it is, on Diakiese? For me, not really. And at the same time, even though I think Alvy's cardio is pretty suspect, I just don't have a whole lot of thoughts of finishing or going the distance. I just think that the line's probably just about right. I don't think there's a ton of value one way or the other. So yeah, for me, it's a pass.
Cool. Magic, how about you? You got anything?
Yeah. You see this comment? I cannot write in the chat, man. I will answer to the guy, but I cannot comment.
Yeah, I didn't want to put that on the screen. So I'm
$250 or it's $300.
That might cost one Lambo parlay. That's a good one.
Yeah, one and a half. Alves. Alves is a fucking fraud, man. I bet Diakiese inside the distance and late. The low kicks should be there for Diakiese. And Felicia threw the kitchen sink at the guy, and nothing happened. He was hitting him with body kicks that would have broken a tree or something. And Diakiese was okay, it's nothing. I don't think Alves is stopping him. And Diakiese is going to be there spamming volume and throwing leg kicks, and he hits hard, and Alves is a quitter. And he doesn't have a lot of gas. Ismagulov almost lost to this guy. He should be in prison. Alves has been stopped in 9 out of 9 fights before fighting Ismagulov, the decision machine. So I don't know. The Casey inside the distance is over plus 300, and I took him late to round 3 plus 1600. This is a must here. Alves is a fucking tomato can.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. I played Diakaze minus 150. I think he's going to be the clear minute winner here. Alves is dangerous. Probably early on he might be dangerous, but to Magic's point, Diakaze super durable, was eating some shots from Fiziev that would have put most people out. Alves is good jiu-jitsu. I don't think he has the wrestling to get it to the ground. I actually think that Diakaze has the wrestling upside here too. I wouldn't be surprised if he mixed in some takedowns, but I think he should be a wider favorite. I think he gets this done.
Man, you see this get up the Alves did against Ismagulov? That was one of the most insane things I have ever seen in my life. He got up like with a breakdance move and was instantly up. That was incredible. The guy is on all the juice, all of it. For 7.5 minutes, he's an Olympic athlete.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Courtney Casey versus Lyanna Jojo. I'll start us off here. I thought about playing Casey at minus 200, but for whatever reason I hesitated, and now she's minus 240, so I'm probably gonna pass here. Jojo, I'm not high on at all. Obviously, Casey's not a world beater, but I think she's got the tools to get it done here. She probably wins the decision. C, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I contemplated playing Casey. I have her in a couple parlays, but yeah, I mean, I guess the concern is if she ends up on her back, she kind of just fucking blows over, and she ends up on her back, and she won't work her way back up. She'll just kind of attempt subs. But I think on the feet, she's pretty clear. Has a pretty clear advantage. I guess it wouldn't surprise me. If there was a stoppage. I haven't looked, but Casey knockout might be interesting. But yeah, at minus like 300, it's like not like really what I want to play straight. But yeah, I think Casey, decent sized favorite, makes sense.
Cool. Magic, what do you got?
Yeah, I played Casey inside the distance plus 300, pretty big. She's going to fuck her up, like real bad. On the feet, this is not close. And Casey, almost every time she wins, she finishes. She hits hard. She's fucking stupid, like her husband. Like this, I forgot his name. Drakkar Klose. Yeah, this idiot. Yeah, Casey is not very bright. She takes a lot of stupid decisions in the octagon, but she should fuck Jojo up really bad on the feet. And if Jojo gets on top, Casey has a sick armbar. I don't think Jojo is this insane grappler or anything. She's just alright. I mean, she's barely UFC level. My boy Luke Lampe from Club and Sub is not going to be very happy with me because he's the biggest Jojo stan. If he's watching, I'm sorry, bro, but Case is going to have to fuck her up.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too bad for his sake. Next fight, we've got...
I hope her face stays like okay for OnlyFans because after this fight, she's getting cut.
That's brutal. we got Sean Woodson versus Colin Anglin. I'll toss it over to the King of Chirac first.
Yeah, I don't really have like a strong read. I don't know. I've kind of been like fading Woodson consecutively, and I don't know that Anglin's really that guy. Is kind of just a zombie and isn't that good at really anything. So I guess the one thing that I think might be getting a little bit discredited is probably Woodson knockout. Although he throws a lot of volume, but he's really precise. He doesn't have like knockout power, but I mean, he's hurting people. So I think Woodson KO. I don't know what the line is. Haven't really checked that many props, but that's kind of what I'd go with. Yeah, I wouldn't just lay the minus 275 straight on it.
Woodson knockout is like plus 240.
Yeah, I think that's probably about right. I'd probably play something in that range.
Cool. Magic, you on that KO prop or not?
No, I played Anglin. Moneyline, inside the distance, and round 3. I think this guy is a fucking fraud. He looks like a Slenderman. He has no power. He has no grappling. I mean, he's a huge favorite in every fight he has just because he needs McKinney in contenders. I mean, he's a massive fraud. He's not good. I don't know why people think this guy is good. And Anglin is not very good, but he's fucking jacked. He's strong and he can punch. And on the ground, he should be better if it goes there. I played Anglin. Like Anglin round 3 plus 2,800 inside the distance plus 600, and his money line is plus 275, something like that. That makes sense. At plus 275, I will play everyone against the Slenderman. He fucking sucks.
Yeah, I kind of thought like the minus, like when it was like minus 275, minus 280, I was like, yeah, it's probably about right. But now that it's creeping up to like minus 350, if it keeps going, I might get involved on a shot on Anglin too. I mean, I don't know. Like Woodson does have that. He has that crazy long reach. He's a good boxer. I don't think Anglin's that good, but I mean, McKinney is definitely a better wrestler than Anglin. But like, look what McKinney was doing to Woodson on Contender Series before getting hit with that knee. But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much my thoughts on the fight. I don't have too many strong opinions on it. The next one I do have some strong opinions though, so I'll kick us off. We have Miguel Baeza versus Chaos, the cab driver Williams. I think Miguel Baeza is going to beat him up bad. I think he's better wherever the fight goes. He's all the grappling upside. I think he's going to kick Chaos Williams' leg off. And outside of getting caught, I don't see how Williams wins this fight. So pretty bold take by me considering the line's like minus 140. I got in on it last week at minus 125. I have him way wider here. Magic, do you agree with that, or are you on the Chaos train?
Before this, you see this, the Andrade comment? Somebody sent me this on Twitter on my DMs. Can you put it up? Somebody sent me this to my DMs, man. Like, fuck. Holy shit. That's horrible. Don't do it, people. If somebody sends it to you, like, stop. Yeah, Baeza, that comment is elite.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Baeza is my boy, man. I think he should be minus 300 here, maybe minus 400. I don't get the line. I think it's recency bias. I think he beat Ponzinibbio, and I said, oh, I think Baeza won, and everybody was coming after me because I bet Baeza huge in that fight. Like, watch round 2, Baeza is just kicking his ass for 2.5 minutes and rocks him, and then Ponzinibbio puts up a lot of volume. Like, I don't think this is a hot take. I think he won that fight, and when I rewatched, I thought the same, but whatever. I think he's going to be a future contender, maybe even champion. He's very good everywhere. He's extremely talented, hits hard. Should have a massive grappling edge here if it goes there. And the style matchup, Chaos Williams, I think he's garbage in general, but he's explosive and he has a bit of power. But he explodes on people. He waits for people to come to him and then he explodes forward. Baeza is going to be kicking his leg from the other side of the octagon. He's going to be forced here to come forward and he's going to get fucked up or reactive takedown into oblivion. I think Baeza does whatever he wants here, and I'm massive on the guy. I parlayed Baeza at minus 140. I have inside the distance. I think this may be the best value on the card. Maybe the second best. We will get to that point.
See, what are you thinking? You on the Baeza train with us?
Yeah, definitely don't disagree. I picked up some Baeza at like minus 130. Yeah, I guess I've been kind of like surprised at some of the takes like this week on like Chaos. Like most of the general people who I think are like pretty logical, who like look at like minute winning abilities, like all of a sudden like, you know, kind of just like on like the this is like a stay away type ordeal, which like I guess I don't really understand. You know, I mean Baeza is like pretty much just had a pretty like 50-50 type fight with Pons. Like obviously the first round it was all Baeza, and Pons is way more clever than Chaos Williams. Like Chaos is just gonna like counter rush you, whereas fucking Pons understands distance management and sets up like feints to get into the pocket. Just nothing that like Chaos does. And like even in the second round, like it was pretty close. So yeah, I don't really understand like playing Chaos at like plus 120. That line, like I don't really see like what value you could have in plus 120 on a guy who probably isn't winning minutes. Like it's really hard for me to see him winning minutes with the tools that Chaos has. And even
how
in the
is he going
last
to
fight,
win? Outside of randomly knocking out Baeza, how is he going to win? The only thing about Baeza that he has to change is he retreats in a straight line sometimes towards the fence, but outside of that,
yeah, I mean, I don't even, you know, I think like a couple calf, like, dude, Baeza's calf kicks, man, they hurt people. So, I mean, even though Chaos has seemed pretty durable, I mean, these are both two dudes who hit hard. Like, Baeza has like 5 knockdowns, I think, and he hurt Pons pretty bad twice. Like, Baeza has just as much power probably as Chaos, and it's probably a little bit underrated. But I mean, look at the guys like Chaos has fought, and like, yeah, like I don't know. I just kind of think like his power, like, yeah, he's powerful, but like Baeza probably is just like pretty on par with the power that he has.
He
So
hits
yeah,
hard,
I
man.
just think Baeza has like way more tools, and if he grapples, like he's gonna cover like minus 300 pretty easily. So yeah, I think Baeza. I don't mind the under 2.5. Like anytime you get guys who knock down people as much as these two do and finish, like under 2.5 at even money, probably also a pretty good bet. But yeah, I think Baeza minus 130. Probably one of the better bets on a card that I don't have too much action on.
Hell yeah. Well, I'll stay with you here. We got Cynthia Calvillo versus Andrea Lee. Cynthia Calvillo was an underdog earlier in the week. She's now like a minus 130 favorite. Do you agree with that line movement?
Yeah, I actually played Lee. I've actually kind of double dipped, I guess, on Lee. I kind of misread, I guess, how this line was going to move. But yeah, I don't think that Cynthia is really like a given to wrestle. And even so, like, I think like Lee's like process, like she does try and like work her way back up. So like, even though I do rate Cynthia, like as a grappling disadvantage, and on the feet, I think she just gets absolutely fucked on by Lee.
I don't know.
Lee throws a ton of volume, and I just think Lee's much superior striker. But again, I mean, Cynthia's like what, a month and a half removed of just like legitimately mentally collapsing versus Andrade, and it was a bet that I had a pretty like decent size on Cynthia on. Like, I don't really understand how you could trust her as a favorite in this spot. I think Leah plus money is a really good bet.
He didn't see the comment. Put it up again.
What do you say? A dead tide recording? Oh fuck. Amazing.
Magic, who do you got? Cynthia Calvillo or Andrea Lee?
I passed. I am not interested in this fight. If Calvillo grapples proactively and she can get takedowns, which is a big question, I am not sure she can get them as easily as people think. She's probably the side. But Lee is much bigger, much more powerful physically, and I don't know. Someone here needs to put on headphones because I am hearing double. Aren't you not hearing double?
Like, what do you mean?
Like I talk and then I see it echoing.
There should be a feature on your thing where you could like turn off echo. So click settings, audio.
Okay, now?
Settings, audio, and then settings, audio, and then it should say echo cancellation. You just put a check mark there.
But you are talking about like the mic up or something, right?
Like at the bottom of the screen right here, like it says mute, stop cam, cam mic, share. You see all that?
I didn't download the app. I just plug in the USB.
Someone said it's no, it's here.
But it wasn't happening earlier, man. So I don't know.
I only hear it when Magic talks.
People in the comments are saying it's your speaker. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I think it's C.
Oh, dipshit! I only hear it when Magic talks.
Are we good to go?
Should I keep
going?
going?
Yeah, no, we are good to go now. It was this fucking guy. It's always this fucking guy.
Okay. I played Cynthia Calvillo at plus 100. I get the concerns about size and stuff, but like I don't know. She not too many girls can chain wrestle at this level that she can. And I just feel like Andrea Lee is nothing special anywhere. Like she's decent everywhere. She's not amazing. She's not amazing everywhere. But like to your point earlier, sometimes she doesn't take that game plan. Like I don't know. It's just weird to me like that she was an underdog. People were playing her against Jessica Andrade like 2 months ago, and now all of a sudden she was like line evens with Andrea Lee, which I didn't really get. People are saying we can all hear the echo too.
And it's because he is saying he can only hear me, and it's echoing in his phone, I think, but he's silent right now, so I don't know what's the issue.
Can someone say in the comments if it's still happening? Do you still
Yeah.
hear an echo at all in the comments?
I muted myself.
Yeah, I know. It must be me, but it wasn't happening before, so I don't know.
Okay. We'll keep the train rolling. We've got the people's main event here. We have Joel Alvarez versus Thiago Morgus. Magic has been talking to me about this fight for a week straight now, and I've been very excited for this segment on the podcast. So I'll let him take it away.
No, you start first because this rant is going to take me like 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll start. I think Moises is probably a little bit better technically. He's a little bit cleaner of a process on the feet. He's fought the better. He's fought the better competition, and yeah, like I don't know, but Joel Alvarez is huge. He's very dangerous in terms of his submission game. He kicks legs hard as hell. So I think maybe a poke on Alvarez sub, because that's really his win condition, is not a bad idea. I think it's like plus 800. So I'm probably going to play that small. I haven't yet, but from a money line perspective, a lot of money is coming on Moises. Like, I get why he has fought a high level of competition. Alvarez is kind of a finisher, but his striking is improving. He's big. He's good leg kicks, and maybe I think it's possible he kicks the legs and forces Moises to shoot, and then from there, I like his chances at finding a submission better than plus 800. C, do you have any action on this fight?
Yeah, I think plus 800 is a pretty good line on the sub. Yeah, I wouldn't be running to like that Moises at his current, money line. I think he does have probably a better process, a little bit more technical on the feet. And, he's been in extended minutes, so I kind of know his cardio. But yeah, I think plus 800 on Alvarez, it's pretty close to, one of the bigger portions of his win equity is a good play. But yeah, I don't have any strong conviction on this fight.
Cool. All right, buddy. Go ahead. You've been waiting to talk about this fight
Man,
for a while.
It's not me with the mic. It's C because I was hearing double when he was speaking too.
Is it good now?
Wait. I don't know, whatever. I was like pretty excited about this fight when it was, but this week I was looking into MMA Twitter, and Moises is the second coming of Jesus Christ according to MMA Twitter. The guy is a world-class kickboxer. You cannot stand with him because if he leg kicks you once, you fucking die. He's like prime Nicky Holzken, and on the ground he's probably better than Gordon Ryan. He just so smooth passes. You cannot even touch him. It's like there is no way to beat this man. He's unbeatable. I mean, what the fuck are people seeing on Thiago Moises? I don't know why I'm. Wait a minute. We are good to go now, right? Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, I still hear double mic, and I took off the mic. Whatever.
Now it's worse. It sounds worse now than it did a minute ago.
It's not me. Now? Can you hear me double now?
Yeah. I've heard you perfect this whole time. Someone said no, it still echoes. Maybe it's me.
Okay, are we good to go now? Can you hear me? You are both silenced. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, Moises is basically the best fighter in the UFC. I don't know what they are saying. Alvarez is getting disrespect again as every fight he's in the UFC. I think people wrong with this. This guy is good. This guy he's not a grappler. He tends to be very good on the ground and with the submissions, but he's a striker. He has been kickboxing and boxing forever. I understand the takes because people have seen very little of him, but he has a killer knee up the middle. Like, imagine something like Dan Hooker. He's very good at this. He punches very hard. his low kick is extremely good, and he's fucking massive for lightweight. Like the guy is 6'3" and hits very hard. I don't know what people. I mean, people say, "Oh, he just got taken down and fluke submission." I mean, he's looking for that. He's not defending the takedowns because he's comfortable there. He's looking for that. You look at the entries; he's going instantly for the neck. He's not defending. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, people were saying the Joe Duffy fight. Oh, he caught Joe Duffy. I mean, what are they seeing there? They were standing up for 2 minutes, and Alvarez was fucking him up. He had him almost on one leg already. He was fucking him up bad, and then hurt him with a left hook. Duffy shoots, gets choked the fuck out, and people are like, "Oh, Alvarez with another fluke." Like, are you all fucking retarded or what? This guy is good. He's going to finish Moises. I mean, I don't need people to come to me and say, "Oh, this guy is betting Alvarez because he's from Spain or because he likes him." If you are betting fighters because you like them, you are fucking stupid. Like, I like fighters, but I like my money more. You know? Do you understand? And people always say, "Oh, you always bet on fighters you like." Yeah, that's usually because I like good fighters. Like, nobody likes fucking Carlos Felipe. You know what I mean? I like the good fighters. Like this is not rocket science. And yeah, I mean, I understand. I perfectly know who Thiago Moises is. He's a very good grappler. He's a black belt, but he's not this otherworldly grappler that or jiu-jitsu player that people are making it seems like he is. He was. I mean, I watch a shit ton of grappling. He was world champion in 2011 when he was a blue belt. He actually beat this guy with the strange name. I forgot his name. He beat a guy that right now is a very respected black belt and was champion himself in 2018. A very, very good guy, but they were blue belts but back then in 2011. And I saw this guy pretty much stay for 3 rounds on the ground with Kurt Holloway. You may not know Kurt Holloway because he's not in the UFC anymore. He fucking sucks, but Kurt Holloway was threatening armbars, threatening guillotines. Moises was giving up his neck. He was... Like, Moises was passing and Holloway was recovering his guard. Like, this is not jiu-jitsu, this is MMA, and they are going to go down, and Alvarez is going to fucking elbow his head into another dimension and get the hips out, and Moises is going to strengthen an arm or something and get the choked out or armbarred or something. It's going to happen, and people are going to say it's a fucking fluke or something. I hope they say, because next fight I want Alvarez plus 400 against Michael Chandler or something like that. I hope they say it's a fluke, so... Yeah, burn the boats, like Hooker said, because Alvarez is making a statement on Saturday. We are going to be so fucking back on Monday, like so fucking back. The Spanish are taking over the UFC. Have you noticed? Like, we got Topuria. He's half Spanish. People hate me on Twitter for saying this, but Topuria is half Spanish. He comes out with the flag, and Georgians are the worst, man. They hate me because I say Chikatse sucks. They hate me on Twitter, all the Georgians, but... They say, "Oh, you are mad because Topuria is not from Spain and this and that." Topuria is from Germany. Let's set things straight. He was born in Germany, so I can say he's half Spanish if people are saying he's Georgian. We got Topuria at 145. Alvarez is going to be ranked on Monday at lightweight. We are taking over all the difficult divisions, and we got Chris Barnett at heavyweight. So yeah, we are so fucking back. The Spanish are back. The Tercios are back. We are probably invading Portugal on Tuesday if Alvarez wins.
Dude, that's so funny.
I'm massive on Alvarez. If somebody is like really, really stupid and didn't get the idea, I'm massive. Like massive on Alvarez by submission and inside the distance. Why is submission plus 800?
Check your Twitter. I just sent you a picture of like how to put echo on. I just DM'd
Andrew, you are silenced.
How about now?
Oh, no. My fault.
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say I DM'd you something on Twitter to turn the. I sent you something on Twitter.
We have a private chat here, man.
Do we? I didn't even know that. I had to send you a picture though because it's like shows you how to turn on that like echo cancellation. That might be able to help. But in the meantime, we got 65 live viewers right now. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. I appreciate C for joining us.
Let me finish just 1 minute.
Go ahead.
Alvarez by submission plus 800 is like the bet of the year. This guy is plus 200 and his path to victory is like 85-90% a submission and it's 8 plus 800. I mean, if he loses, like if Moises comes out here and outgrapples him bad and passes or submits him or everything, I will say, okay, I was wrong. And everybody's going to come after me because this is one of those that they come after me. All these depressed fucks of Twitter, these losers, they are going to come after me if Alvarez loses. But if he wins, I'll make sure I remind you all how fucking stupid you are.
Easy enough. Well, see, on that note, I'll give it to you for Song Yadong versus Julio Arce. You have anything here?
Yeah, I actually played a little bit of Arce. Yeah, I think just like, I guess I somewhat understand why people are playing Song. I think a lot of people think he has more finishing upside. He's got quick hands, but, Arce, really hard to deal with. He's very crafty, works behind the jab, takes good angles. I just kind of think that he's just overall MMA games just a little bit level above like where Song Yadong is. I definitely understand that people look at that Kyler fight and kind of think like Arce's style isn't really the same, right? He doesn't have that same outside movement, but kind of think like Arce in the pocket, man. He's pretty fucking good. Really difficult to kind of tee off on. And I think I just kind of, after watching the Yule fight and then, looking at Song Yadong, like I honestly think Yule probably poses way more challenges than Song Yadong does to Arce. So I think it's a pretty good stylistic matchup for Arce, especially at dog money. Don't really, I guess I don't really understand like Yadong as a favorite. I think maybe like the emphasis on Song coming forward and sitting in the pocket and having, I guess perceived to have like bigger power. But yeah, I kind of think like Arce just kind of tools on him over 15 minutes. So yeah, I think Arce, I have like about a unit and a half or so on him. So yeah, my thoughts.
Magic, what do you think?
Are we good now? No.
Yeah, that sounds. I think that sounds much better. Did you see the thing I sent you on Twitter?
Yeah, but it was already, I don't know, it was already. Okay, we will save these little technical issues for next podcast, don't worry. Yeah, I have nothing here. I like a violence bet. Fight doesn't go the distance, but I didn't bet it. I don't really know who is the side. Both hit hard. It's going to be a good fight. It's competitive on the feet. Arce probably better grappler overall, but he's not taking Jadon Song down. And I don't hate Song by knockout, but Arce looks huge and very powerful at 135. So yeah, I will just sit and enjoy the fight.
Cool. Yeah, I agree with what a lot of the takes so far. The only difference being, I think, I actually like the goes the distance. I think they're both like extremely durable. I feel like Song Yadong is one of those guys that you could hit with like a baseball bat and he wouldn't go down. And Arce is pretty durable too. I was on Song in his last fight. I was on Song inside distance. I feel like he didn't really hunt the finish like I had hoped, and I don't see him doing that here either. I feel like if you got on that early Arce line, it's probably their side. But right now, I'm kind of good with passing. So that's my thoughts on it. Felicia Spencer versus Leah Lutzen. I could just kick us off here. I think if Felicia Spencer follows the game plan, takes it to the ground, she's going to dominate this girl. I mean, she's been off 3 years due to illnesses and injuries and stuff like that. She didn't look that good when she was fighting. The level of competition isn't there. Felicia Spencer, legit grappler, so I have a little bit on her inside the distance at plus 225. See, what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I don't have any real thoughts on this. Yeah, I feel like if Spencer grapples, she covers her price and probably finishes. But yeah, no real interest.
Magic, how about you?
Yeah, I played Spencer to finish pretty big. She's minus 300. She tends to finish every fight she wins almost. And Leah Letson is a fucking tomato can taxi driver. Why is Spencer inside the distance plus 200 if she's minus 300? I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, Spencer is a fat fuck. She should be at 135. and she sucks at wrestling, but still Leah Letson is not a UFC caliber fighter. I mean, she maybe struggles a little bit to get this down, but once she gets it down, it's going to be over fast, I think. So yeah, why not? If Spencer doesn't finish this fight, just cut out the entire division because there are like 3 fighters there. It's not worthy anymore.
Yeah, 100%. I'll stick with you for the Marcos Rogerio de Lima versus Ben Rothwell fight. We got a couple heavyweights.
Yeah, this is like a hot take on, not a hot take, but a hot one on Twitter. People are discussing back and forth on this a lot. I get the argument for playing the Lima because the leg kicks are going to be there early and he can probably tee off a bit on Rothwell early, but I played Rothwell by submission and late. Nothing too big, but submission plus 500. Because I think if he's there after 10 minutes, which he will probably be, he's going to run away with the fight. That's my thoughts. And the Lima just collapses. He's a fat fuck that collapses and gets submitted. He just quits. Romanov got the forearm choke on him. That was an old timer. He sucks. Like he's a bully. If you can survive 7 minutes, 7 8 minutes with him, he just collapses. Unless you are the crochet boss who is the worst fighter in MMA, in the whole of MMA, and just was ragdolled for 15 minutes, yeah. Rothwell should be good if he doesn't die in the first round or something like that. But I get the argument for playing the Lima. I just don't like it. I think Rothwell is going to win.
See, how about you?
Yeah, I played DeLima for a decent amount, I guess, early on. I think I had like plus 140, plus 150. I guess I don't like completely disagree on some things. Like, yeah, he definitely quits like off his back. If he ends up on his back, it's probably just like a fucking kiss of death for this bet. But in general, I think like Rothwell, since his suspension, has looked pretty old and pretty terrible. Dropping minutes to OSP, the Taburia fight, pretty much everything Ben's done lately has looked pretty shitty. And like in general, like outside of the Barnett, like when has like Rothwell really attempted to like wrestle heavy in the last like 8 years? Really hasn't happened too much. And I think on the feet, like Lima's like pretty much got him covered everywhere. Throws heavy leg kicks, the bigger hitter, faster hands. Honestly, it wouldn't even surprise me if Lima like took Rothwell down, just had like some top time. So yeah, I think Lima should be like a decent sized favorite, but you're playing with fucking fire, betting on somebody as mentally weak as DeLima. But I just kind of find it hard for like Rothwell at in his current state to like cover like anything near favorite money. So yeah, I got a little bit on Lima. Got about 2.2 units.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I'm on DeLima here as well. I think he should be the favorite. I actually think he has the cardio advantage here. I've seen some of the opposite take that like he's going to start fast, but I think Rothwell's cardio doesn't look good at all. I mean, he's 40 years old. In his last fight, he beat like one of the worst fighters on the roster. Yeah, I think DeLima, the leg kicks are going to be there. And Rothwell does have some good chokes, but I don't really think he has the wrestling to get it down there. I mean, even like
It's going to
Romanov
be
didn't get
a
him there.
10 finger choke on the feet. The Lima gasses and Roswell goes like 10 finger
Rothwell
choke.
has
For sure, round 3, 10 finger choke guillotine.
Rothwell has terrible cardio too, though. Like even after I can't
Yeah,
remember which
but
fight.
he has that retard grind, crackhead hustle. He stays there like plots forward, and the Lima is going to be terrified.
Yeah, this one's gonna be fun. Speaking of fun, we got a main event where the fighter is minus 800. Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez. I'll kick this one to you. Do you think this big favorite line's justified?
I honestly really don't have like too much interest in this fight. I mean, I guess like if Max Holloway was ever gonna get like put out on the feet, like it would probably be a really dumb fucking spinning kick type ordeal, right? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like a part of me, like I guess a part of me, it's really hard to cover like minus like 900 when like it's gonna be a kickboxing match. So I don't like necessarily like hate like if you played Yair, like how wrong can you be? Like playing someone who's plus 600, like whatever. If he loses, it's like okay, like he's plus 600. You took a shot, you know, and like I don't know, like what could you possibly be playing Max Holloway -8? I don't even know. How could you even play that? Like, you could add it, I guess, like a parlay, but like, I don't know. It just seems silly. Yeah, I think Max probably finishes him in like 4 or 5. You know, I don't really think like Yair's too serious of a fighter, like outside of like I don't know. He trains at a gym that I go to, and I don't really think he takes it too serious. But at the same time, he's plus fucking 600. Take a shot if you want to take a shot. But yeah, this fight really isn't anything for me.
Cool. Magic, you agree with that? You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Hey, dipshit, unmute your mic, dude.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
This echo thing is 100% one of you two not using headphones, like for sure.
Not me. This is how I've done every podcast so far.
Yeah, but I wasn't using Amigo, and we didn't have C here driving because when he speaks, he's hearing himself. Now there is no echo. You see? This fucking guy. Okay, so yeah.
Main event, what do you got?
I think Jair is going to die, and I hope so. I don't like Jair. He's an arrogant fuck. I don't like him a lot. Like, you can be arrogant in a good way, like Alexander Hernandez, you know, cool arrogant, but Jair is arrogant in a bad way. Jair is an idiot. Yeah, I don't like if you want to play Jair and then watch him die, and then you say, oh, I had Jair plus 500. It was value. Yeah, good for you. Go for it, but he's going to get killed. Like, it's really simple. If Jair goes out and fucking liver kicks Holloway and wins or something like that, man, Twitter is going to look like Vietnam because people are going to be like suiciding and everything. Holloway is like a god on MMA Twitter. He can do no wrong. He wins all fantasy matchups. People love him. He's like Gandhi. So yeah, I don't know. But Jair is not winning. Yeah, he's not winning. Holloway is going to be just in his face and throwing everything at him. He cannot compete with that volume. He doesn't have grappling upside. And Holloway, I mean, I don't want to publicly say on video that he's on drugs, but he's on drugs. Like, yeah, he's outperforming everyone physically at a ridiculous percentage. I tweeted about this yesterday. That simply doesn't happen. That's fairy tales. If you get the top athletes in the world at some sport and put all them together from all over the world, and suddenly there is a guy from Hawaii that can perform at 30 or 40% better cardio-wise than everyone else and take all the shots and recover within 2 seconds, and man, that's Santa Claus doesn't exist. I'm sorry if it hurts people's feelings. I'm not really sorry, but yeah, that's the truth. So yeah, I played Fight Doesn't Go the Distance pretty big because if Jair doesn't hit a Hail Mary, I don't think he can go 5 with Max. Like, Qatar is a tough motherfucker. He took a horrendous beating. And Ortega is just Ortega. He's the ultimate punching bag. Like, Jair is not taking that. Like, 100% not taking that. I played Holloway 4 and 5, rounds 4 and 5. The odds make sense. Lately, I have been like murdered on these props. I thought I was going to get Usman late and Thang late. It was looking good, but it didn't happen. Fucking Covington refused to die, this motherfucker.
He won those late rounds, too.
Yeah, 50-45 Covington, right, Andrea?
Yeah, Kobe definitely won, dude.
100%.
Man, I know you both have not seen the fight at home again, but you really should because you sound like the most the dumbest motherfuckers on Twitter right now are C and Andrew talking about this fight.
You guys are just fucking listening to Joe Rogan fucking jerking off about who's been throwing a fucking
Man, I was watching the Latino broadcast.
Listen.
Pay-per-view, I have Latino. I was enjoying Poncinibio and Moreno, who are like 70 IQ, both of them. Cannot even talk in Spanish, so go figure.
Listen to this.
She's about to go to jail live.
Dude, I was looking on MMA.
Now he's
Decisions.
getting shot by the police and we go viral.
I was looking at MMA decisions today. There were more people who scored the fight for Colby, and there were more people who scored the fight a draw than who scored it for Usman. So that wasn't a crazy thing.
Yeah, but
dude,
man, I have been telling for ages that people are retarded. You cannot trust people for anything. Haven't you learned anything, Andrew, from me?
Dude, I saw C after the fight, and I walked up to him, and the first thing he says, he looks at me and he goes, 49-46? No way. And I was just like, dude, I know.
Man, that was the best scorecard.
What, dude? 49-46 is like the worst scorecard of the year.
49-45 was the correct scorecard.
No, dude. Colby won 3-4, and you can just like make an argument for like 5, and like one's like whatever, dude. They're fucking.
Dude,
seriously,
when I heard,
answer to me like honestly. You haven't seen the fight at home on Fight Pass.
Yeah, I saw it fucking even better right next to the fucking cage, dude.
Man, you were on the stands. You cannot see shit from there. Like, people were saying Edgar was winning against Vera.
He was.
No, he wasn't. Like, he was getting murdered.
No, he wasn't. That's an absurd take. Anyway, let's finish this up. My take on Max versus Yair is that Max is gonna...
Excuse me. I played round 4, round 5, and I also played round 3 or 4 plus 5 plus 400. I like that. Holloway round 3 or 4 plus 400, so yeah. Now Holloway is going to win with 30 seconds remaining in round 2, and I'm going to lose 3 units.
Yeah, I agree with what you guys said so far. All I've played is fight doesn't go the distance. I don't know why that's evens. Like, I guess it's because Ortega and what the hell's his name? Cater survived like a lot of that fight just from the crazy beating. I don't think that Yair is going to have the cardio, the durability, or anything like that to keep that up for 5 rounds. And his only shot to win is by some kind of crazy KO. So I think the best way to play this is fight doesn't go the distance. Yeah, Magic thought Edgar was losing. Yeah, I know. He's crazy. Please forgive him. He doesn't. Please forgive him.
It was not even close. He was like murdering Edgar all around the cage. Edgar got hurt like twice at least in that round, and he was on full retreat mode. He was plus 400 life, man.
I know. Listen, guys, it's getting late in Spain right now, so we don't want to.
No, I'm 100% right. I don't give a fuck about the decision. Now, Andrew always tells me, you always score for the guy you bet inside the distance.
You do.
Man, if they win a decision, it's not going to make my inside. If they win a decision, that doesn't make my failed inside the distance look better. What? See, what was that?
Colby just fucking spotted Usman 2 rounds. He was just fucking being retarded for a fucking round of doing absolute jack shit, dude. Man, he let him off the hook.
Usman touched him in round one, and his face changed. Usman hits ridiculous hard, I think. The guy has that retard force Neanderthal shit. He hits very, very hard. Usman won, like 100%. I'm sorry if it bothers you, but I don't. At that point, I didn't care who got the decision. I was actually hoping Colby won because it will be funny, the press conference and everything. I had Usman props.
Yeah, I also think that those guys should probably just fight each other twice a year. I don't understand why we
maybe every weekend
watch other fights. Like, why would Leon Edwards or anybody else get a chance to fight fucking Usman? Like, why isn't Usman versus Covington just like the main event every like 6 months? Like, why do we need other fights? Like, what's the point?
Who is this Leon Scott guy? I have never heard of him.
Yeah.
Leon Scott?
Yeah, is he in Bellator or something?
Is he from Bellator?
Yeah. All right. Does anyone have any questions before we get out of here?
Yeah, let's do like 10 minutes of questions because she is funny guest for questions.
Someone said Luke beats Usman. No.
That's not a question. That's an affirmation that I already did in public.
Is the girl fighting Loretta going to wrestle tomorrow? I think very unsuccessfully. I think Loretta's going to kill her.
Yeah, I didn't bet that. This is no Hannah guy.
I actually like the under, dude. That chick's fucking horrendous, and she's been knocked out in the first round 4 times. It's pretty much a setup fight.
Yeah, but Loretta fucking sucks. We are going to fight her very soon again. She fucking sucks. It's almost like, I mean, she's an Instagram model or whatever you want to call it. She's not the real fighter.
It's definitely not a good card, but I'm interested in the Pico Gonzalez over 2.5 or whatever the fuck it was.
Over?
I think they're both pretty durable.
Man, Pico hits like a truck, and his chin is a huge liability. I don't know.
This guy has asked the same question 3 times. Really respect your guys' opinions. We appreciate
Man,
if you
this is.
answer like
I was memed to this guy the other day on
8
Twitter
or
for no
9.
reason at all, but I just
It's because I'm pretty sure he took Yair by decision.
Oh, I don't know. I'd say probably 9 out of 10 or maybe 8.
I mean, this is a question to make you look bad, because the real question is to answer how many times he wins out of 100 or 1000, not 10, because he's forcing you to say 9 or 10. You know what I mean? And he's going to say, oh, if somebody says 10, that's square or something like that. So
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't
But
know.
yeah, Max wins this fight 90% of the time easily.
Yeah, I figure.
Goes-
Dejen Parlay. This is the same guy every fucking week. He's just here to bet 100 on a Dejen Parlay. He doesn't even watch the podcast. He just joins in the last 5 minutes.
Dude, what is with the Frankie pictures, your YouTube page, and like that's kind of like a weird level of obsession. Like honestly,
Listen,
you make him your profile.
I went to sleep at like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. after the boxing and everything, and when I got up, I had like 2,000 notifications. I thought somebody had died. Like I thought I was going to see something like, oh, Luca Fury died or something like that. You know what I mean? Like he's part Pacquiao and Pacquiao killed him. Something like that, but no, it was this Frankie photo, man. It has like 11,000 likes and over 1 million interactions. I was like, what the fuck?
All right, I could still hear some background noise, so let's do this.
I mean, I'm going to go for the lamp. I'm actually going to put it in right now.
Yeah, I'll give one. I'll give one real quick while you're doing yours. I'll go Holloway Rodriguez. Fight doesn't go the distance.
Ooh, you are
Spencer-
risking it here, eh?
Hang on, I'm just getting started. I'm going Holloway fight doesn't go the distance. Spencer inside the distance, and Joel Alvarez inside the distance. That's my 3. So you got a crazy parlay.
Yeah, I'll take a Casey knockout, Alvarez sub, Lima decision, and Holloway round 4.
Okay.
That is like plus 2 million.
Yeah.
I see everybody is using the lock of the week, Alvarez by submission, as a parlay booster. I see, yeah, good decision. Yeah, I got. Can you hear me right now? Okay. She just died. I'm going to put this now.
The cops got him.
I thought he was going to go to jail. The lights were looking really close.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time before they get him.
Can you imagine, like, hello, sir, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm recording a podcast while I'm driving. Okay, accompany me to jail. I'm going to go Alvarez by submission. Obviously, this is the lock of the week, the parlay booster. Alvarez by submission. Maybe this goes over the limit. No, not here. The limit here is 50k. Let me check. Oh, it goes over the limit. It doesn't let me bet that much on it. Okay. Now we are good to go. Alvarez by submission, Spencer inside the distance, and Rothwell by submission. 150 to win 25,000.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Well, thank you, C, for joining us. Thank you guys for listening. Magic and I will be back next Thursday to break down the Ketlin Vieira versus Miesha Tate card. Enjoy the fights, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, wait a minute. You can announce the guest already, right?
No, I can't. No, I can't. It's Bo Miller from Twitter.
He's like famous.
He's famous, yeah. He's
no, he's not, but he's a good guy and he's pretty sharp, I think.
Yeah, we got a couple good guests in a row. We got C and Bo, so we're gonna keep the good guests going. Someone said respect to C, literally putting his life on the line for the pod. Dude, that's the kind of he's a real one. That's the kind of dedication you get when you're friends with C. He'll put his life on the line for your podcast. All right, take care, everyone. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.